I will say this, I had concerns, and I have relayed them to our federal partners. I think the manner in which some of it was handled was tone deaf for the situation. I think there's no question everybody learned yesterday just how heightened and how tensed the issue of immigration enforcement in this city is. That being said, when things are tense and heightened and spiraling out of control, you need leaders to step back and gather the facts and deal with the situation that was unfolding. And that's what we did yesterday. And it surprised me somewhat how quickly things escalated and the situation deteriorated. And we have a sworn duty to keep the people of this community safe. That doesn't go through a political filter. And so, I did the best I could to learn what was happening and to get accurate information. But there were a number of law enforcement agencies involved. And it was a task force, and I didn't even know that task force was operating, that had a variety of federal agencies. So it was, I knew a federal criminal search warrant was happening, but I didn't know exactly what. And we dealt with the reality of the situation on the city street. And ultimately, you can say what you want and point fingers and blame people for different things, how it happened, whether they should or shouldn't have or whatever. But the bottom line is, if a tragedy happened at Lake and Bloom yesterday, it doesn't matter who's at fault. The community loses. The feds lose. We all lose. And we are left behind. The feds can leave. We're left behind to deal with the consequences. And what I saw yesterday as they were trying to leave with, aside from just the verbal things that were being said, but with things being thrown at them, in some cases, heavily armed federal agents getting into hand-to-hand situations with people who were protesting is not good. And that's something that was quickly escalating, and it is our duty to respond and try and de-escalate that situation. And that's what we did. People from the community were saying they didn't want them there. We responded to get them out of there and to try and resolve the situation. And it was dangerous. And even later in the day, the police had to respond later in the day because some protesters that were remaining had surrounded a resident's vehicle and were, damaging the vehicle and refusing to let them drive away. So, there's no question that it had become a dangerous situation very quickly, and that we had an obligation to protect the people of this city.